is all right. I saw Transformers the last night. I'm just gonna say it.
I haven't seen it yet.
I know you haven't seen it, and
I want to. I guess.
I'm gonna get a little spoilery here. Just a little spoiler.
Go ahead, dude. It ain't gonna kill me.
Okay. Just a little spoilery. Not too much.
I think I'm at this point. I'm so curious because out of all the
that
shit
you
that
don't
I've
even
heard,
care that it's like
yeah. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. I feel you on that. That's kind of how I was already. Like before I saw it, I was already thinking. I was like, you know what? If I just read a review, or if I read somebody's take on it, I'm not gonna be like.
It won't break you. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Because we already know what happened.
I saw it
in the real Transformer universe. We already know the truth. Michael Bay, you can't fuck that up.
I saw it, and again, I have a love-hate relationship with these Transformer movies. I do. It feels a lot like the Resident Evil movies.
Yes.
Where, you know, I like the first one a lot. I did. And I've rewatched the first one so many times.
Yeah.
Because I still to this day remember the teaser to the first movie. Do you remember? It was like one of those, like they were on space, like they were on the moon, and it was like somebody, like an astronaut on the moon, like, oh, what's going on? You know, he like touched down on the moon.
Oh yeah,
looking around,
and
he sees
the rover.
Yeah, and he sees a Transformer. Like, what is that? You know, and then that was it.
Boom!
It was, I think it was Megatron or something like that. But I loved that teaser, and I when the first movie hit, I dug it so much. I thought it was really good. It was basically a story about like a kid in his car, you know. It was
and him saying no.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's another thing.
No.
And I'm not a huge fan of Shia LaBeouf. I can never say his name right every time we say it on the podcast. But I thought it was a really great movie. From there, again, Michael Bay just twisted and turned everything about those movies. And my main complaint, though, was that I can't tell which Transformers are fighting who.
That's been like the complaint for like the past 3 movies.
Yeah, and that was the big thing. That even to this day, that's one reason why I don't enjoy them, enough. Is because I can't tell who's who at the time. It's just a bunch of action, explosions. Mark Wahlberg saying, was the line that he says. It's a Transformer.
Say hello to your mother for me.
But yeah, so there's a lot of that. It's a Transformer.
He can never be anybody else.
And they did. Didn't they do like 3 movies with Shia?
3 with him, and
then the rest
Mark.
with Mark Wahlberg.
Well, I heard he didn't want to do the 3rd one.
Who, Shia?
No, Mark.
He
didn't want to do another movie with.
Yeah, no, you know what? I don't blame him. I'm sure what happened was that they probably flung bags of money in his face and was like, all right. We're going to make a stop at Wahlburgers. But yeah, so, again, I don't dig them. I've seen every single one of them.
I've seen all of them.
I've seen every single one of them. The one before this last one was when it got a little ridiculous with the running time.
Yeah.
As far as length. And it was like almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
And this one was no different.
Damn.
It was like 2 hours and 40 minutes or something like that. Yeah. Super long. And a movie like that, a movie like Transformers, does not need to be that long. I will say, I'll go back and say Resident Evil, the final chapter, was 1 hour and 40 minutes. That was perfect. That was a perfect length for that movie. That's probably around the time that it should have been, as far as lengthwise for Transformers. It had. Okay, how did the last Transformers end?
They
with Optimus Prime going into space, right?
Yeah, he went in outer space, and then Megatron was turned into Galvatron. So then he bails out. He just took off. They killed all the copies, and then that was about it.
Yeah, and Optimus is going to look for his maker.
Okay. Now check this out. Now this is the damn truth. It's not a fucking spoiler, okay, people. The makers are it's the faces. I forget their name. Maker's Mark messed me up. But the makers, it's it's like this floating head with 4 faces on it.
Yeah, and see,
and they're kind of like the judge and the jury. You know?
This is why I wanted to also talk about this with you, because you're. I like Transformers. I know a good amount of Transformers. John knows a lot more than I do regarding certain Transformers, certain story elements, and things like that. So yeah, so you're saying the makers are
yeah, and they show them in the movie, in the original movie, Transformers the movie. They show them in there. They
okay.
And in the trailer they showed a woman.
Exactly.
And I was like, what?
That's what I was gonna say.
It almost reminded me of Gears of War.
There's like a female, like, I guess, human-looking Transformer.
Yes.
And then there's also, on Earth, there's also like a C-3PO looking Transformer. It's basically like a butler. Basically like what C-3PO would be. You know what I mean? British accent, all that. Yeah, no. Trust me. But the movie, it just... If you like explosions, if you like things blowing up, you'll like it. But there's no story. I felt like the story that they had was so convoluted, so just like mushed together. Like let's get history or books, stories and books like King Arthur, and let's just mash them all together.
That's what I've heard.
Have it try to make sense.
I've heard that. Like the movie was good, but it was so fucking confusing.
It was. There was so many moments where I was like thinking, where I kept thinking, I was like, okay, so what just happened? Like, what happened here?
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
That's what I kept hearing.
And the majority of the time, Optimus wasn't even in it.
Well, this is what I figured, and this is what I'm confused about, and I really don't care, like, if David actually spoils it for me right now, but, like, I don't, because it says the last, what is it?
The Last Night.
The Last Night. Okay, now, if you notice, when the movie was coming out, they kept saying The Last Night. Now, when it got real close to coming out, they kept saying the final chapter, The Last Night. They kept... Now, is this the final chapter in Michael Bay's End of Reign? Or is this the final chapter in Optimus'
And
reign?
I'm glad you said that, because I hope it's the last chapter in Michael Bay's reign.
Christ. That motherfucker needs to let go, man.
I hope.
He needs to let go.
Every time there's Transformers movies, I'm not coming back, guys. I'm not coming back. And then next thing you know, all right, I'm coming back for another one.
This dude,
let it go, dude.
I think what he does is he has these, like, he's like, I'm done. Then he sleeps on it, and he has his dream, and he's like, there's so many explosions I just haven't been able to experience yet. And
I never thought I would say that about a Transformers movie. I mean, again,
what's up, Chewie?
Not a huge fan, but I never thought I would say, you know what, I did not like this movie at all. Like, it takes a lot for me to say I don't like a movie.
Now, I do know that they introduced Hot Rod. That's why it gives me that theory that Optimus is gonna fall, and then Hot Rod takes over.
Well,
and I've heard that actually they've implemented from the original movie, that they've implemented some scenes and stuff like that from the movie to this movie, and so that's why I'm kind of already.
And there was nothing that I could tell right off the bat when I saw it. So that I would like for you to see.
And they don't show Hot Rod. They don't show Hot Rod in the trailer. They don't they don't tell people that he's in the movie. He's in the movie. Yeah, he's a Diablo. He's a Lamborghini Diablo.
And he's French, mind you. Yeah.
Well, he's a Diablo. What the fuck, you know?
But anyway, so
French.
Yeah, no. So yeah, and it was. I liked Mark Wahlberg in Deepwater Horizon, and I liked him in Patriots Day. I believe it was called Patriots Day. But wait, no, don't hold on.
I already read it.
That. Don't read that. Wait, God, why you gotta ruin
Chewie.
it? Anyway,
I haven't seen the movie yet.
So my thing is that I liked him in those movies. They felt more realistic. But before that, I had an issue with Mark Wahlberg. I was like, I just don't like the way he acts. This cemented the fact that I was like, okay, I know now why I don't like the way he acts. Okay, and the big thing that the movie entails, which was just spoiled by somebody here,
Sketching with Chewie.
Was that Unicron is introduced in the movie.
I kind of figured that because that's what's coming.
Unicron is introduced in the movie, and I was kind of confused when they first said it because it was said initially by that girl, that the woman transformer thing, and she said
RC.
She reminds me a lot of RC, but it's not.
No.
And she said something along the lines of like, you have to get such and such. You have to fight Unicron. He's our greatest enemy.
Yeah.
And he's
like Galactus in the MCU.
And basically, brainwashes Optimus. That's why he becomes the bad guy, which you saw in the trailer.
Which should have happened to Galvatron and not to Optimus.
Yeah, and the big, I guess, reveal is that Unicron is Earth. And that really made me say, fuck you, stupid Michael Bay.
For real?
Yeah. That was the big reveal in the movie, was that Unicron is Earth. And now, if there's something hiding within Earth, like in the middle somewhere, that's Unicron, or if it's actually Unicron as a whole, Unicron, as you know, John, tell them about Unicron.
Unicron is just like what Galactus is. He's the devourer of planets and stuff like that. But he is a planet. As transformed into a planet, goes around and just eats planets and consumes them, and turns them into his energy and power and everything. Now Unicron can turn into a transformer, or to a I guess a human state with
basically
arms and legs.
He's like a planet looking transformer.
He's huge. I mean, like, no one towers over him. In the original movie, they destroyed him, because they had the touch.
Sing the song.
You got the touch. Do the.
No.
You got the power. Yeah. Anyways, this did it to me. But yeah, they used the Matrix. They used the Matrix. See what Michael Bay did?
The movie's got you corrupted.
Yeah, Allspark bullshit is the Matrix, man. So the Matrix is what destroyed Unicron, okay? And then the Matrix, the whole Matrix thing is what introduced Hot Rod becoming Rodimus Prime,
And so that is what made me so angry,
man,
when I saw it, was because
I'm gonna go watch it.
Unicron is what we know as a whole. We know what Unicron is.
Yeah.
If you watch Transformers, if you've seen Transformers in the past, you know what Unicron is. Now, to make Earth Unicron, it's like, okay, what happens if Unicron transforms? Everybody's gonna die.
Yeah.
And it kind of like defeats the purpose of what's going on. I feel like
if you defeat them, then the Earth dies. It doesn't make no sense.
It's like, well, are we gonna really ever see Unicron as a whole? Probably not. I feel like it's almost gonna be like the way we saw Galactus in Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, where we saw him kind of like in a glimpse at the distance.
It was a lightning strike, and then you saw like
the outline.
Yeah.
And then
the silhouette.
That's it. And then that kind of angers me because if somebody as major as Unicron, I want to see Unicron.
So then David really hasn't really spoiled anything. He's him and Chewie over here, but that just tells me that they never show Unicron in the movie.
Yeah, no, they don't. They have glimpses because in the way Unicron is in the cartoon. Do you remember he has like horns kind of come out?
Yeah, he has a.
There's horns that come out that are coming out like the beach type of thing that come out here and there.
But then
they're huge like horns, but you don't see like a whole thing, and I feel like exactly right there.
It does.
Michael Bay. I feel like
he's paid to ruin our childhood.
I feel the same way. I feel like he is paid to ruin our childhood.
He's like, hey.
And
just fuck it up.
Just punch it. Just take my script and just
It's a dead dog.
You know,
and he's kicking the shit out of it.
And the one hope that I have is that they're supposed to be doing a prequel movie for Bumblebee. And that's the other thing. Bumblebee gets his voice.
Oh, yeah. Who?
Bumblebee gets his voice in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, later on.
He's not the radio anymore?
No. Later on in the movie. But anyway, they're supposed to be doing a prequel movie for Bumblebee.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. It's supposed to take place in the 80s. Which has me a little bit excited. I'm like, okay, that's kind of like when the Transformers were originally.
Yeah.
Now, the last thing that I read about it was that they're supposed to be looking at more of G1 designs.
They better.
And
that's better do that.
That's what I want.
And you know what? That's when he needs to step away.
No, he's not going to be directing this Bumblebee movie, which I'm glad. Let somebody else take over. Let somebody else get their take on it. Let them go back to the roots and the G1 designs. I feel like in the G1 designs, you'll be able to see who they are and what Transformer they are.
Yeah.
Even if they are, fighting against each other and all this stuff, there you can specifically see who they are.
Who's who?
But yeah, so Transformers: The Last Night. It was again one of those movies where it was what it was, and I'm glad it's over. It was literally like about 40 minutes too long. Like literally. I feel like if they could have cut 40 minutes out of it, it would have been a much better movie.
Yeah. Much
more enjoyable, and I wouldn't have felt like I wasted 2.5 hours of my life. It's not terrible, but it's hard to swallow. Swallow. The last movie, the last one before, which one was that? Age of Extinction, I think it was. Or
right?
Something like that. Anyway, the previous Transformers movie, I watched it in theaters, mind you, and I kept looking at my watch the whole time, like, when is this over? When is it gonna be over? When a movie does that to you, it's like it's too long.
The movies I've done that to was like really good movies, and I was like, man, I don't want this to end.
You see, and that I guess that's the other side of the coin, where if you have a movie that's really like engaging, really like, oh my god, I don't want this to end. Yeah, you're gonna be like, wow, this is going on this long. Wow,
sucks.
Versus something that sucks. That I'm like looking at my watch like,
Jesus Christ,
God, I got somewhere to be, man. Like,
what the fuck did I get myself into? Y'all lie to me.
And they had like a slight post credit scene where they did kind of acknowledge Unicron and was like, he doesn't like to be touched like that kind of thing, because somebody like they were examining the whole like horn thing that was coming out of the beach or whatever desert, and somebody came up on it and they were like, whoa, what do we need to do? He was like, he doesn't like to be touched, and it turned out it was like that Transformer girl, but like looking like a human person. It was very cheesy, very nonsensical. The one thing that I will say that I will spoil, just so you guys know, is that apparently they kill Shia LaBeouf's character off screen. Like
oh, that's why he's not around.
He's dead.
Oh well. I was wondering why,
because apparently like his family name is Witwicky. Apparently his family name is like long generations of like people that have like hid Transformers and took care of Transformers, and Anthony Hopkins, the old man in the movie, is one of them. He's like the last. He makes sure he says, "I'm the last survivor of Witwickies,"
dude.
And they show his picture. They show him with that, like that driver's license picture.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, So I'm like, they killed him. Like they didn't even say.
Yeah, they didn't even want to put his ass in there.
Yeah, so I don't know, but again, that's neither here nor there. Transformers: The Last Night.
That's just crazy. They did that.
Acknowledged it.
Yeah.
Transformers: The Last Night. It's really super long movie. Doesn't need to be that long. Does not need to be that long whatsoever.
Did you get a thumbs down?
It's one of these. It's one of these.
You got the robot thumbs
No,
down?
it's a Zangief.
No, Zangief was like this.
Yeah, it's a Zangief.
And like,
So, I don't know. It's really one of those where, again, I probably won't see it again. I was gonna say I'll probably see it again. Probably not, because it's been even a while since I've seen the last Transformers movie.
yeah,
But it wasn't super terrible. But it was nowhere near as great either.
how is it that Mark Wahlberg can stumble on like Transformer weaponry, and then him grab it and hold it like a human can, and then fire it? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
If this belongs to a Transformer, wouldn't it be like,
When you're talking about Mark Wahlberg and Transformers, you have to say Transformer.
Transformer? I can't do that.
I don't know, man. His character was just one of those that was like, just go away. Like, I thought Shia was very annoying in the movies. No, I think Cade Yeager is super freaking annoying. I don't like him. I don't like his character. I don't like the way he does things. I would say pass. Like, honestly, on that
Maybe
movie,
that's
pass.
why you gave it up, man.
Yeah. If you've seen all the other Transformers movies, you might as well see this one too, I guess, just to finish out the
You have to, man. We've
this
been our
little
story
story.
this whole time.
But other than that, I don't recommend it. I don't think it's a great movie until they fix the way the Transformers looks. I don't think I'll be seeing another one. I don't know.